Canadian wildfires have been around since the beginning of recorded history, with archaeological evidence indicating that regular burning of the grasslands in the prairies and other areas was conducted by First Nations people as early as 5000 BC. The Cordilleran ice sheet, which covered much of western Canada during the Wisconsin Glacial, released its grip on certain areas as early as 11,000 years ago. This allowed the regrowth of diverse conifer forests, and the earliest reported massive wildfires occurred in the vicinity of Kamloops, British Columbia in 1650. Reports of widespread destruction due to uncontrolled fires were common from then until the beginning of the 20th century. Uncontrolled human-caused and lightning-caused fire contributed to the creation of the boreal forest, and massive wildfires and land charcoal deposits reported around 1066 BC. In the 1870s, railroad construction throughout Canada caused land to be cleared for the construction of railway lines and telegraph poles. During the 1889 and 1890 wildfires, loss of life was reported in some areas due to their proximity to the fires. The 1900s saw an increase in fire suppression, with improved forestry management practices and the establishment of fire guard systems due to increased human population density. The use of aircraft in fire suppression was pioneered in Canada during the 1940s, when World War II aircraft were used to fight fires. The introduction of fire retardants and water bombers further improved fire suppression capabilities in the 1960s. During the 1970s and 1980s, weather patterns changed, resulting in an increase in the frequency and intensity of wildfires. Canadians responded with improved firefighting arms and technology, such as the use of satellites to detect potential fire hotspots and large-scale burning projects. By the 1990s, more stringent forestry practices and technological advances have enabled Canada to significantly reduce the loss of life due to wildfires. In recent years, however, due to climate change and inadequate land management, the fire season has unnaturally extended into longer periods and intensified in intensity. During the 2017 season, over 1.2 million hectares of land were burned due to wildfires across Canada. Wildfires are now a more common occurrence throughout the country, costing both lives and resources, although modern technology has advanced greatly in containing wildfires. That being said, the Canadian government's fire-smart initiatives and forestry management plans have been able to minimize the destruction from wildfires. In total, more than 3.5 million hectares of land has burned due to wildfires since 2000 in Canada, making up nearly 50% of the total area affected worldwide. In the same time period, an estimated 4,200 fires occurred in forest, making for a total estimated toll of over 8.8 million hectares burned. The boreal forest was once Canada's most abundant forest type. However, a combination of climate change, higher burning temperatures, pest infestations, and altered land management practices have led to a considerable decrease in its bioorigin. A large number of wildfires have aided in the fragmentation of the boreal forest, which is now greatly reduced from its previous flourishing condition. In the past 2 decades, over 1 million forest fires have burned in Canada, significantly contributing to the deforestation of boreal forests. The Canadian government continues to work on initiatives to help control the destruction of forest fires, including the Fire Smart program. Fire Smart is an extensive initiative that aims to reduce the severity of forest fires by maintaining natural buffers such as clearing dead trees and fuel sources away from human habitations and areas in general. In order to help reduce the chance of property being destroyed by wildfire, Fire Smart recommends avoiding building in close proximity to forests and areas where dead plants are present.